Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, I want to thank you so much for being here, for your likes, shares, subscribes, your donations, your comments, all of that great stuff. You truly warm my haunted heart, and I'm so grateful for you. Today, we are going to utilize a pick a card or pick a pile, actually, for you to tune into your own intuition and which pile may support your path. We'll also add on some tarot along the way, and where Ghost Gift is here, we're utilizing Ghost Tube Seer for visual inspiration should anything arise. So you know the drill. Here's the reveal. There's also timestamps below if you just want to get to it and have at her. But here is the reveal. If you want to take a moment while I'm opening up to choose your pile that supports your path. Taking a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race in the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of all who are here. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in the aura of your day, any day that you receive this. All right, let's dig in. Pile 1, welcome. Come on in. Let's get to your reveal. Take a nice deep breath as they are flipped over, as they may stand out to you. And what story steps forward, whether you're reading the words, the symbols, the shapes, what steps forward. Remember to follow your own intuition first. But thank you for the space for my insights to be shared. Okay, I'm going to take a moment here to tune in. Obviously, please see for your own self. I feel like I'm just like blah, 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 blah. Can't seem to get my words out. All right, I'm seeing a woodpecker. I'm carving something out. I'm seeing a head like almost like a bust. I'm receiving something. Okay, what am I receiving? Oh, I'm getting ready. Something about like getting ready to blast off. Also, tension is happening in my jaw. Ironically enough, as the blah blah blahs before can get my words out. Maybe that's something that I'm receiving and I'm trying to communicate. I'm trying to say what I'm feeling, or I'm trying to say what kind of sensations are happening through the physical body, but it seems to be coming in from like a spiritual space. So it's like digesting spiritual, like a spiritual sauce almost. Because I'm seeing it like when somebody's using clay and sluice or slip, there's a slip and it kind of smooths things over. Oh my goodness. Maybe in the speech it's like smooth. Something along that lines. I have a guardian stepping forward towards me. Okay, this guardian is helping me. Okay, you know what this is? It feels like I am the guardian of my own mind. Okay, no, that's not the way to say this either. Okay, pile 1, sorry, give me a moment here. What I'm creating in my mind, this bust, this carving out, head, neck, and shoulders. There's a new connection in the crown. There's a new connection in the crown. And this information is being guarded. There's those two guardians. It's coming down. And it's almost like you can, the aura of your head, neck, and shoulders, it's like it's smoothing out with like that slip stuff as like maybe the tougher carving out or contemplations have been coming in. But this guardian, it's like it's like my body. I'm the guardian of this creation embodied. I'm also seeing somebody like put their hair up. And like an hourglass shape. I feel like I'm getting ready to take off with information. I'm seeing these as rockets. The quality of your work you can produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. You are as independent as you are ambitious. capable of performing every step of the way with efficiency, focus, and skill. On target, you are following your ideal life path. You're learning the truth and the mountain. Okay, thank you. So imagine if this mountain is this body, and there's this flame. It's like your ideas. You're getting, I feel like you've been cultivating some sort of understanding about different shapes. Could be about your physical body, but then I'm also back into like the working with like ceramic or clay in different shapes, and the way and then adding in lighting to see how the shadows affect it. I'm sorry if this is all over the place, but it is what it is. And through this, like seeing the lighting, changing the lighting maybe around a picture or an object of yourself, of your own observation, it's like you then become the light, and you're going to say, oh, this is where if I move to the left or to the right, if I shift my perspective a little bit, I can see how it casts shadows or illuminates certain things. There's something about shapes. You're on the right path of what you are creating. There's guardians well up above this. There's specifically 2 spirit guides that are supporting this. Could be like your birth guide and somebody that's stepping forward for this. Okay, masterpiece is what I'm hearing. Masterpiece. Some Virgo energy is stepping forward as well. That's too many cards. Thank you. Okay, so I'm also in a crematorium. Yeah, I'm in a crematorium. See, there's that one of the angels. It's like, you know, it could even be like what is it, like the conscience thing, the angels and demons, or, you know, just points of view. Again, I'm shifting with this light bulb. My light bulb is shifting. It's like seeing a sundial. Thank you, a sundial. It's time. It's time. Yes, it's very much so time. With the star, if any of these cards mean anything to you, always follow that first, as this is really your message to create. Okay, we have some cards coming up there as well. Clubs and diamonds, spades. Okay, I'm at the crematorium, the ashes of different. It's starting off with like this block, and then you start carving, and then this clay thing, this bust of your head, neck, and shoulders, maybe those chakras specifically as well you're working with, energy centers, vortexes. And you don't disregard the rest as garbage. They become the ash that you add water to, thank you, and then can create again from that. 6 of Wands. Five of Pentacles. This is what you've had to cremate. This is what you've had to cremate. I'll bring these up for you so you can see them. If any of the artistry is standing out to you, or if you want to like, share, subscribe. And then don't forget you have here Temperance as well as the Star. Do you know what it's making me feel like, pile 1? Is that you are receiving, like from those 2 beings I was seeing up top, is like the 2 cups of the Temperance, right? This back and forth, back and forth. And there might have just been something, you know, like when you're creating something, it's like, ooh, do I want it to look like this or look like that? Is it coming together? But I've had to like cremate some part of my creation and realize that it did serve. Because you're going to reach whatever your target is, whatever your truth is, the target of your truth. And that when I hear that of at what cost, the cost was whatever you created and or the remnants of outside the carving. While they can be a cost and discarded, they become the ashes mixing with water and making this alchemy for the next block to be used from. So the cost has been within yourself. And you know this back and forth. Something about perfection is also coming through, and you're foregoing perfection. Flipping the scroll to see what else stands. Because you're looking at quality versus quantity. Also, somebody might be eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. The Hierophant. The Knight of Cups. And the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords on learning the truth. Another independence card. Another independence. The puzzle pieces are being put together. Why is independence coming through so much? I think it's because this has been a lone wolf kind of journey. There's been supporters and helpers along the way, but they can't do for you. They can only be there with you. Some of you are going to have really quick, if you don't already, manifesting abilities. Hangman in the reverse. This illumination, independence, independent illumination. He sees through the material world into your soul. See this aura around here? Like this is your body. It's like this has been configured. Because I'm seeing it like a transformer. But then like your body starts glowing now. And there's piranhas on the feet. Protection. There's piranhas on the feet. But your aura in your body, yep, we're still here, holds it well. It's like there's a lot of information moving from mind to body, body to mind, body to soul, etc. A lot of information's coming through. Something is revealed to you about a mindset or a person, about codependency, and you've learned the truth about this as it was serving whatever Five of Pentacles may mean to you. What were you afraid of? Taking the chance on yourself, thinking that it has value and somebody else might thinking that it doesn't. This was holding you back. And you recognize that, but you're coming out a star because you're on path, you're on target. Your truth is as that mutates, I'm going to say, as your truth mutates and grows in different aspects, because they all kind of come in. But I don't know if this is some sort of validation, but you're good. You know what I mean? Like you're doing the good for you. When I see like the angel and the devil, somebody was buying time for a little bit. And the time is now. Pile 1. Thank you. I hope this did inspire. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up or share it with a friend if you think this might be valuable. I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Pile 2. Welcome. Come on in. Have a seat. Let's get to your reveal. You know the drill. See, sense, and feel for yourself first. Always following your own intuition versus my yammerings. Don't be afraid to give a gal a heart, thumbs up, whatever the words are nowadays. Okay, there you go. I'm going to take a moment here to tune in. Somebody might be getting married abroad. It's good. You'll have safe travels. There's a lot of weaving. A lot of work that's been done, being done to get to this point. And I do want you to know that you are very inspiring. Even in this message, it's like you, at some point in time, were just building a raft. Whatever you were working through emotionally, even if they're ethereal waters, empathic waters, whatever the case is. It's like I'm seeing a raft being built, and that raft actually ends up being a yacht. Smooth sailing, smooth sailing. My connection to something more than myself is calling me. So this could be a companionship, this could be a partnership. Congratulations, whether it's romantic, platonic, or corporate creative. But this feels very cosmic-y. Some of you might resonate with reptilians, or even just reptiles, have reptiles as pets, really appreciate, like, they're not scary to you. And, you know, just like whatever one's concept of reptilian may be. And by all means, this is for you to follow your own intuition. But it's like humans. There's humans as a race, and then there's good, bad, and ugly, right? And I feel like that's the same if in regards to anything sort of reptilian concept. I'm very specifically hearing the Draco. Is that, I feel like they're white. They're white reptilians. Like their skin versus green is more white and gray. Maybe with even hints of blue, but I'm not sure if that's just... I just think it's like a different kind of gray, a different shade of gray. Time to shine creates an energetic resonance for golden opportunities. There's something also about astral traveling here coming through. It's not quite the right word. Out of body experiences. It feels like it needs to be just a little bit bigger and broader than one might automatically assume or consider from astral traveling. Out of body experiences. The card 21, I am inspiring. You are highly creative with a strong will to succeed. Your imagination is highly charged. It reveals itself in everything you do, from your sparkling conversation to your most prized projects. See the stars. The stars are a big thing here. I'm weaving. I don't know if it's like a sweater or just what you've been weaving in your life. I feel like I've always had this sense, like, well, I'm in this aura pile too. I've always had the sense that I'm being watched over and I'm being guided, whether it's by loved ones that have passed on, guardian angels, or, star seed family. This is what it makes me feel like. It is a very masculine energy that's stepping forward here. Yeah, strength. It's very much so strong. It's like you would think one would be afraid of approaching the lion, or say this reptilian kind of energy. Somebody saying, well, they're cold-blooded. And you're not afraid. There's some form of trust that's beginning to be built. The magician, he who holds the power of all the elements in the palm of his hand. See, and now that green, now it's like green and white reptilians. There's all these different kind of colors amongst that one. Yeah, see that, and there's even blue too. Maybe it's like blue beings as well. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up. I don't know if some of you are writing about your imaginative insights and you think it's just imagination, because I'm seeing somebody like thinking and feeling like they're just writing a story, but you're really channeling it. You're channeling this creativity. Page of Swords. See, dissecting. You might be so inspirational, you're becoming a teacher, you are a teacher, something along that lines. You're beginning to teach what your experience was. That's all you can teach from, right? It's just your experiences, sharing it. Okay, so I'm just going to say the way I'm seeing it, because it is what it is. Some of you also might be having interactions with another race of beings. Abductee-like. There's been a contractual agreement for that. And yeah, okay, give me a moment. And I feel as though it's like at one point you're learning something as well. Like you are getting something back from the experience. And again, you might be writing about it. I'm not saying it was pleasant, but the way you're writing about it helps it. It teaches others of what your experience was and is. It doesn't, and even if that's not what you're writing, and you're writing about your dreams, or you're writing about even, jotting things down. Okay, sorry. So there's another thing coming through here. Somebody's wondering which direction they can go in, and I kind of feel like whichever way you choose is going to be well for you. Because it's more like I feel like I'm looking for inspiration versus answers. But in some ways, when I'm in certain situations, I feel like I want an answer and I'm not getting answers. So I start saying or doing or sharing or whatever the case is. I'm trying to pick a path of how to pursue this, but they're all connected anyway. So whichever way you choose, whatever way you decide, it's about the experience. And it's almost like that will inspire the insights. Yeah. You also feel like you have 9 lives, like a cat. Cat means anything to you as well, stepping forward, standing out. Pile 2, I'm seeing a parrot. There's something about conversations. Like some of you might be, if you've chosen this one, starting to communicate with other people in whatever context this is in. And as I say that, my throat chakra's like closing up on me. Maybe you're hesitant about it. Sure, fair enough. It's an experience. They will help build you up. It's like you'll each take turns being the leader, show and tell. You'll each take turns. Everyone has different strengths in this space of how to speak, of how to say, how to be silent. Greater than, less than. But with the parrot there, but it's like this parrot has one of those like Roman, I think it's like Roman times, but and on like their top, it's not feathers, but it's like that brush thing. Like I see it as a broom, but whatever. You're very, very strong. There's again, like right here in this scroll, I want to note that there is like your, what you might call your guardian angel, or this one spirit specifically that you call to, and they heed your call. They heed your call. Okay, can I come back into here for the King of Swords for a moment? Okay, so you might also be meeting or talking to somebody that is an authority on a certain subject. Or a topic. Again, conversation, some sort of conversation, whether you're reaching out to them online. I feel like you might have to get through a few layers of, as an example, it's like you're going to email or find something about them. Maybe they have an Instagram, Facebook, I don't know, pick anything social, or you hear from somebody else. So you decide to dive in. Maybe you find their channel, or you find their reel, or something pops up, and then you go deeper into their description, and then it, goes there, and then there's even a computer there, right? So there's something about it, and you keep going through all these layers to eventually get a response from them. And it's not because eventually you get a response from them, but I just feel like there's lots of layers of busyness and business. And you as well are learning from that how to simplify that, but still keep a certain amount of security, integrity intact. Also appreciating it. Simultaneously, I'm a little frustrated. Okay, carrying on. For those of you in business, in pile 2 here, you're going to be very successful, whatever this time to shine is, whatever it is that you're working towards, whatever path you decide to take to enhance the power of who you are. You inevitably here just have a lot, with this King of Pentacles, you have a lot of power with you. I see you being very, very successful in this. And this is, even if you're, male or female express, this is coming from the feminine energy that is supporting the masculine energy. It's being nurtured by that. Something that you were afraid of, you're no longer afraid of, or will not be afraid of anymore. Like something happens, some sort of illumination. Maybe you dissect something, you go through something, and I don't know, you just figure it out, pile 2. I can't say it any more clearly. The 2 of Wands, you decide. Are you prepared for your journey? Yeah, you're going. Teaching. Is this the experience you want? And there's different ways to teach. It's not necessarily in the same or the typical power dynamic of, I'm a teacher, I stand up here and you all listen. This feels more, I'm going to say supportive, but it feels like maybe you sit in a circle, or it's online and there's, everyone has 10 minutes to share. So there's this comfortable time frame. Somebody else may take the lead. It's, but like every time you guys have a meeting or you get together, or somebody has something online, it's like, oh, well, hey, you can join this event and get to know me a little bit better, or whatever the case is, you decide to do that. And then at first you're just a listener. And then over time, your presence becomes a trusted source, a trusted presence. Okay. Closing out here with the Queen of Cups. There's that blue person. I'm back to the blue people. So I just want to know, like in the reptilian world, again, maybe it's the colors you're working with. It doesn't have to be that, but that's just the way it's coming through for me, is the green and the white beings. And then there's the blue beings. Yeah, we're still here. Thank you. The 5 of Pentacles. Something I've been like emotionally holding back for. Something I might have closed out from when I was a kid. Some concept, something that scared me. That's how I'm feeling in this. Yeah, something from when I was a child. Page of Cups. Like somebody told me something. Oh, if you do this, then this is going to happen. And while, there's an intelligence about it. But again, I feel like you have either become an authority figure on something or somebody else. Yeah. You're going to step into like conquering the fear with communication and collaboration. And this could be very, very silent. It doesn't necessarily have to be the voice of, but I feel like at some point in time, because I see you like kinging up in that energy. But it's like letting go of some doom and gloom about it. I don't know, Piles. Do you know what I'm saying? Something from when you're a child, or something that your inner child is. Yeah, seeing whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to is exploratory in existence. I want to come back to in the beginning of your read and at the end of your read here, pile 2. It's like the all-seeing eye. And like sometimes you look at the moon, there's a ring around the moon and what that means to you. Not by what everyone told you, like red at night, sailor's delight, or whatever those sayings are. There's also something very space-oriented about this. I can't deny that. And it might be new information you're bringing down into the world. Like I said, whether you create something, do something, information that you just talk about with like a support group. I don't know what it is. But the all-seeing eye. And how and whatever it is, you're affecting the world in a positive way. If this is in regards to your business, yeah, you're rising right on up to the top. If it's something from your inner child wounds or a fear that you have that has continued into your adulthood, I feel like you're conquering it through communication. And inevitably, whatever this, you have protection and safe travels all the way through, especially with your Queen of Cups here. It's your time to shine. The Hermit brings out the lantern and starts walking. Pile 2. I hope this did inspire. If you haven't already, please do give it a thumbs up or a heart. I can't remember what the thing is. I so appreciate your attention and awareness and your support, and I'm so grateful for you. Until next time. Bye. Pile 3, come on in. Let's get ready for your reveal. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I am honored by your attention and awareness. And let's get going. Let's just get on to the reveal here. Thank you. So you know the drill. Follow your own intuitions first, whether it's the words that stand out, any symbols or shapes. all that kind of good stuff. And your scroll. Okay. I'm going to take a moment to tune in here. If you as well want to take in this vision board of cards. Okay, so there's something. It's funny that you have the unseen and observant. Prosperity and change. I feel that there is something, the way, if you're looking to like cure something or see something in a different way, it is happening. It is happening, but it's like fine dots to make a whole picture. Like the time that it takes for an artist or someone just to create all these little dots, these pen marks, to inevitably zoom out, and then it makes sense, and you're like, oh, there's the image. That's just where I feel like I'm at a certain zoom in, zoom out point. For some of you, the number 4 might mean something specifically. Stability and prosperity, and then I hear the question, what may not be seen in that aspect is the way I actually, am I stable in my perception of prosperity? Am I stable? If I wish prosperity to be, whatever channel prosperity you might be wish to be prosperous in or are in, but I'm looking at it like where's my, or what's my stable perception of that? Like what am I feeding into that stably? Because I'm seeing it like with a plant, with one of those like globe water bottles where it just like, or globe water feeding, and it, has this stable structure of which it's releasing water to it. So something, and it's like asking me to notice that. Again, drip by drip, dot by dot. Your angel number is 00. I am observant. The angels ask for your attention. Open your eyes, listen, and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition and follow their guidance without delay. Focus inward through meditation and prayer. Okay, so somebody also in this space, pile 3, somebody's transformed form. Somebody has passed on. I also want to recommend to possibly, if it inspires, because of this chameleon here, but it is very lizard oriented, you may want to watch pile 2 as well. Putting a picture together. Riches and success. I'm changing the way I'm thinking about something, and somebody has also passed on. They have changed forms like the chameleon. And I miss them. I'm missing them very, very much so in this moment that I'm in. So compassionately understand. They're part of your angel team is what I'm going to call it. Something about like disbelief that they've passed, and then also disbelief about being successful, rich, or prosperous. Again, I want to notice, am I stable? Am I stable in my, what I give to that? Because I'm not sure what I'm feeling here. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to keep tuning in. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Pile 3. Yep, we're still here. I feel like I got this. I'm in the scroll. I feel like I got this. My heart is tied to a ribbon or a bow. I feel like I'm in an observant space of what actually is prosperity to me, for me. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm really trying to fine tune that, because there might be something unseen or unfelt that I'm not entirely sure of. Those unseen bits are stepping forward again. It's like stepping back and seeing a whole picture instead of, being up so close. Or like utilizing Google Maps or something like that, zooming in, and you get to see these very fine details, but then also zooming out and seeing a bigger picture, favoring neither, but just nonetheless, that's what it is. I'm also changing forms. This is how this is feeling. I'm also changing forms. Yep, the changing forms. Sorry, give me a moment. You're going to be adored or admired for the work that you've been doing. Some of you might be looking for prosperity of perception upon you from the people. Like you might be offering something that a lot of people want to raise their hand for. They want your attention. I'm not saying that you want attention, but maybe that's part and parcel of what you're doing, right? If you're in advertising, you want lots of people to look at your product. You want people to want it, to engage with it. There's something notably here about emotional manipulation that is not being used for. Okay, it's almost like in advertising, that's what's not necessarily seen. But for those that clue into it or see those signs and symbols, not that you're looking for it, but you notice it, certain triggers, the way you feel, and it changes the way you feel. You're like, oh, you see a burger commercial, now suddenly that's all you want is a burger. Okay, well that's, but maybe there is subtle things that you weren't seeing, or I feel like you, to be honest with you, you're very aware of, and you're just mindful and moving forward the way you're going to offer your product, your personality, your person, your life, the prosperity of your whole self, that isn't happening. It's like it is what it is. Your item is great because it's great. And these are the reasons why, but there's less emotional manipulation about it, but it does feel like emotional intelligence and inspiration. It feels more inspiring, a build up, so folks' hearts feel strong. You are going to be getting attention, but there's something, I'm not going to lie, there's just some sort of change of that, and maybe it's like you're going to change the way you're going about something. Sorry, give me one moment here, pile 3. Yeah, okay. So you're creating something here. Creating the change. You're creating the conditions for change because you've been observing something and you're creating your own justice. Like you just cut it out, and you're the one cutting it out. Even if you've been emotionally manipulated with yourself, for the self or the heart, whatever the case maybe is, whether it's projected out or projecting in. You mean business at this time, and I'm hearing that's a good thing. So do your business, whatever your morals or ethics are, do it. Your words are great, do it. And then follow up with words. Because there's going to be a lot of people asking how you did it, why you did it, the who, what, where, when, whys, all that great stuff. Because they didn't see you doing it. They weren't expecting you to do it. And I don't think that even matters what other people were expecting. I feel like this is a matter of you, what you were expecting. And if you're going through something of like just cutting it out, like just... It feels very positive, and I don't know why, but it kind of feels like a moment, right? It feels like a moment. Okay, pile 3. It feels like a moment that it's, when it's like you realize something within the self and you're like, oh my God, I've been like my own worst enemy, or I've been my own block the whole time. Or if I just was willing to release the blue chair, but I like the chair, and you get the chair, and there has to be the blue chair, and then you realize, well, I could just move the chair to a different room, and then suddenly that spot you needed for something. And I know this is a horrible analogy because there's so much prosperity here in you just shining, and I don't want this to... my struggle to get through this to take away from a significant change that is at play, because you're the creator of the change. But it's like starting a canvas, ruining the fresh canvas, or adding to it to give it life. feel like you've gone through or are going through something where you're like so self-observant and like dissecting what it is, who it is that you care about. These different characters feature different spaces of heartbreak, and they're all you. They're all you. You recognize this. You're like, oh my goodness, I am in all of them because I've been allowing them. I can't even blame. I can't even blame. Yeah, so you walk away from things, but it's like you have to do the walking away. There's something about action. Words later, action. It's almost like that positive saying too, where somebody successful is on a mountain of failures. Like that's how they built it. You know what I mean? And lots of famous people, got rejected for whatever their thing was, and then they fit. They fit when they decided to, whatever their story is and whatever your story may be. And again, I'm sorry if I'm so stumbling through this, but it truly is. It's almost like an appreciation for what you're doing, what you're thinking about, maybe what you've said, but you're doing. You're doing. Doing is very, very important here. And whether people aren't seeing what you're doing, it's not the point, but the point is that you're doing it. Or even for yourself, you're like, oh, I realize I've been talking about this or saying this, but I haven't been doing anything about it. It's like you have to look at all the layers of your heart, your rib cage around it, the rib cage around your heart, and go, how have I been protecting certain pieces of myself that are really parts of my prosperity? Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands. In the lap of luxury, vision, honor, leadership, ultimate masculine energy. You really might want to watch pile 2 as well. This King of Wands and this I'll do this Pentacles. Some of you might have an ex or a portion of you or some person in your life, again, that I want to say kind of like stalks you for some reason. That's why something of what you're doing is in the unseen. Again, you're not saying a whole lot. You're just doing it in pieces, small bits at a time. And when you step out, you're going to be a star. And then they recognize that. It's like I'm creating the conditions for me to be the leader of my own life. Closing out here with the Suit of Pentacles, with the Two of Pentacles, the equilibrium. You can choose this or you can choose that. But pile 3, I definitely see that you're choosing to change your mind in some way, shape, or form. And once you change your mind, and I'm seeing that like two of Pentacles with the Justice card. Once you change your mind about something, you don't just change your mind, you choose. You choose it. Cut, choose. This is what I've chosen. And now my actions are going to be the very thing that will propel my prosperity. So when I speak unto myself, into the mirror, to others, when you shine, you're heard because the actions add up, right? Even if people haven't seen the actions, once they see the actions, you're like, oh, this is my product. And this is maybe some stages of how it's made, or this is the product of my personality or my perception, but you have stuff to back it up. It's not just, oh, trust me because I say it's a great product, but really it's not, or it's harmful in some sort of way, or there's a disguise around something unseen. It's like, oh, but here are the, the conditions of this will help your headache, but blah, 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 blah. And while that's, responsible, and I feel like, protecting of yourself as well, but there's also the space of I've also tried to create the very best thing possible that I could to have the least amount of those. Does this make sense? I hope this is making sense. Closing out here, you have the Two of Wands. Are you prepared for your journey? Are you prepared for your prosperity and putting the action behind it? This doesn't have to be crazy busyness. I think a lot of it's about cutting things out, changing your mind about things and confirming it. Control Alt Deletes, whatever, return to senders. It's like, remember back in the day, we used to get those chain letters in the mail? You're like, no. Pile 3. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your attention, your awareness, your grace and gratitude for being here, for your support, for your thumbs up, for your hearts, donations, all that kind of great stuff. All the links are below to help a gal grow. And otherwise, Pile 3, I will see you again soon. If you have made it to the final secret scry, thank you for choosing this little secret little staircase off to the side. We're going to take all of the cards and we're going to have one big open observation. So if you'd like to join me to look at this vision board of great things, take it all in, no matter what pile you did or didn't choose, or maybe you chose this one altogether, very collective kind of overview. I'm going to take a moment to tune in. If anything stands out to you, you know the drill, please follow that. Always using your intuition for the message that's meant for you. Okay, so I definitely feel like I'm on like a typical temple path. And when I say typical, I only mean typical because I feel like that's the word that we would, typically use to imply a certain experience that is unfolding and expressing itself within the self and then without, as within, as without, as above, so below, and all the great things. There's definitely something about time to shine, on target, and prosperity. Whatever it is that you might be working towards in relation to this temple. It's going to take off what you're creating. It's going to take off. There's also a lot of protection around it. And I'm also seeing like a Terminator face. What is his saying? I don't know. Maybe I have seen a whole Terminator movie. I don't know. Whatever the quote is. I'll be back. Is that it? I'll be back. And you will be back. And you'll do it again. Yep. Could be something about lifetimes coming through. Like reincarnations. I mean a lot of business here. Whether this is in my personal life, corporate, whatever those channels are for you, I feel like you're very much so in this space of understanding what you're observing, what inspires you interconnectedly, but then what you can draw from into your state of independency, interdependency that serves the interconnected nature of all things, but it's not codependent on anything. Give me a moment here. I'll start adding on some tarot in a moment. Somebody's learned the truth about something. And you're changing courses. You're changing, pivoting to safer path. Towards the temple path. Towards those energies, balancing of your own energies, especially if this is in a relationship. Or you have a business concept of considering to pivot. And you can do this because you have information to make that decision why to pivot. You're not randomly pivoting. You've received information and you're choosing a safer route. This isn't to inspire anybody's rebellious nature for no reason. For some, you might be revered or reviewed as the rebel because you pivot. But it's because you've learned the truth about something and not everyone's going to learn that truth, nor are they going to digest it the same way, so it doesn't even matter. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. Somebody doesn't know that they're getting engaged to, but they will be. What's that? Okay, so I'm in the mountain here. I was just asking for clarification on this mountain here. The 10 of Wands. Okay, these burdens in the temple. Yeah, you can remember how hard it was to carry certain things, different materials to build this temple. The burdens are being asked to be burned. May not the materials that you use to enhance, decorate, create, manifest, or make your temple, whatever the temple is for you, be infused with your burdens. But to remember the hard work, yes. Maybe the bumps and the bruises, okay. But they're not carried as burdens, nor are they infused as burdens. You are also not a burden to other people, if this is a thing. You're not a burden to other people that are choosing different ways of existing than you. And they are not a burden to you. Their existence is not a burden to you. Some people might be trying to project, especially if there's like some sort of relationship. I don't know if it's personal or platonic or corporate. It's like somebody saying your choices are a burden to me because of something. And I don't feel like that's true. Maybe that's the truth that you're learning. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like when I say that? It's like if someone you love or whatever the case is, that, you know, the time constraints or again, the contract of your job and say, can you work overtime? But contractually, you know, you've already gone above and beyond even their own contract of how much overtime you can, but it's taking away from something and it's becoming a burden. It's like, I'm not carrying this burden for you. You obviously need to hire somebody else or you need to ask somebody else. Like you're burning out into a burden. Whether this is, you know, which way it's coming at. And it's like, sorry, I can't do this overtime anymore. Like you're burning me out. And it's becoming a burden because now I can't do other things in my personal life, which is why I come to work, is to fulfill certain things for my personal life. Again, I feel like I'm getting heated, but you know what I mean? I'm here to create conditions. So if somebody else is trying not to just fulfill another role or hire somebody or something along that lines, it's not for you to carry. You're not paid to be the boss. And if you are the boss, then you need to look at hiring somebody. I don't know. I feel like that was very, but it is what it is. For somebody else that's working on a project, stay on target. It'll work out really, really well for you. Stay on path. See, this is where it feels a little bit different because I could say I feel like I'm a little like all in on this and it's taking up a lot of my time, whatever this project is. However, the difference of being when I'm here, I've had a conversation that clearly communicates, say to your partner or person, friends, I'm not going to be able to come out for the next whatever because I'm working on this project. It's important to me. Here's the end date. Hopefully we stay on track. We're going to do our best to stay on track. But then it'll free up time because it's important. And here's why it's important, because it's going to, you know, in whatever context it's in of why it's important. It's not assuming because of what's important to another, it's important to somebody else. It's giving some sort of details why it's important, why there might be an absence, or I might be very immersed in something. But the benefits are going to shine upon everybody for that time. So please don't, and somebody else might have to carry a few more burdens at this time or responsibilities, but it will be reciprocated. And I feel like that's the understanding of this relationship that's really positive, this commitment, or even a job again. It's like, yeah, well, you're going to, you know, if you're immersing yourself in this project, you're going to get a good bonus for the work done. Like it's going to be acknowledged. There's something reciprocal about it. And that's what makes it healthy. The connection with the ring, it makes it healthy. If you don't see the reciprocity, change it. If something needs to be changed. Oh my God, I feel like this is like a lot of tough love. But hey, we all got to use that, right? Temperance, the Page of Swords. Yeah, really taking a look at things. And looking to balance it out. The quality of your work, the quality of who you are as a person, the quality of your projects, whether they're paranormal or, you know, good old-fashioned meat suit. Being observant without straining the eyes. You have a strong will to succeed, and that's very obvious here. I'm observing it as it is, and then maybe this is why it's coming through this. Whatever you're wishing to succeed in, striving to succeed in. And I'm hearing the word succession, something happening in succession, and maybe that I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Very observant. Angels ask for your attention. See how even in this card, he's observing all these different people in these jars. Are you being put into a jar? Do you put other people in jars? Or even aspects of yourself, archetypes? What are you collecting? What are you collecting? That's way too many. Don't be ridiculous. Your most prized projects. What are your projects? People, places, and things. What's prosperous? Cut things out that are no longer prosperous. And they become burdens towards your temple. I want to come back up here. Thank you. You're understanding something blatantly bigger. It's like I'm understanding a part and parcel of the universe. One dot of the universe. One speck. And I get it. But that even in that one speck, when I zoom all the way in, it's a whole world. It's a whole world up there. Somebody could be having sleep paralysis. And with the sleep paralysis, it's almost like you feel like they're, in the typical way, something could just be keeping you up at night. It's interesting because when I say that, I want to go two ways. One, it's like in that typical sleep paralysis space, I can't move. And then the other way, something's keeping me up at night. Maybe it's my mind and it doesn't stop. I feel like I'm just racing and running, racing and running, racing and running. And it exhausts me. I got to get rid of those things. I got to cut them out. There's a temple in the background. I'm seeing it like going from branches and sticks and stones and mud to stone, like concrete, making it stronger. Get to like the basement of it. Page of Wands, new ideas, new energy, limitless potential, free spirit. Something wishes to be freed. Maybe it's a portion of you. It could be an aspect of you. And you're just observing which part am I going to free for this? But there's certain things, it's like I got to cut them out and then I got to burn them away. Six of Pentacles, the spirit of charity. You are going to glow. By letting go, you glow. By letting go, you glow. I'm hearing that song by, is it Sonny and Cher? I got you, babe. Ba-ba, ba-ba. I got you, babe. I feel like this is your angels. They want your attention. They want you to know. Feel free to reach out and ask as you're letting go and what you let in. Because what you're creating has the ability, is working towards like the shine on the top of the temple. The gold triangle at the top of the pyramid, the gold star at the top of the Christmas tree. This is for you, all for you. And if it ruffles anyone else, notice, maybe don't say anything. I feel like once you feed into it or try and acknowledge it or maybe battle against it, but you got to do what you got to do. Spirit wants to give you something. See somebody being given money as well. It's like the spirit of money, the currency of money. And whatever pentacles might mean to you, but money being the first thing that's coming through. Something, I'm seeing change in a belly. Like if you remember back in the day, it was like birthday cakes, money birthday cakes, and they'd be wrapped in wax, the coins, and as you would cut the cakes. Anyway, I see somebody that might have eaten money. Okay. And now with that, it's like I'm not going to waste. It's like investing in something, right? I'm not going to waste certain investments on certain things. people, places, or things. You're very, very strong here if you've come to this last message. And by being very, very strong, there's this new energy that comes in. Your energy is the new energy. It's new and improved, enhanced, pleasure or pain. You're going to have to decide. You are the maker. All right, pile 4, secret Scry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please do like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I truly appreciate all your support, your attention, and awareness, and it warms my haunted heart. And I can't say it enough, truly. I'm going to let you go, and until next time.